turn. What's good though? Welcome back to the channel. You know, we in this thing. So yesterday we was talking about paradigms and what a paradigm is and how paradigms are kind of like computer programs, but for humans, like we programming humans with the paradigms and whatnot. So today, I want to get a little bit deeper into that theory of paradigms and the human consciousness and the human brain and whatnot. I want to get into the psychology of what is a human and get to talking about your ego. You heard Beyonce say you got a big ego. You feel me? So that's what we're finna get into. We're finna talk about the ego. What's holding you back? I say it's your ego. Everybody trying to hold on to the ego, but do we even know what the ego is? Do we even know what it is? Yeah, we hold on to it. I say it's trash, and I'm finna tell y'all why. We're finna get into this. So let's see, like, hit that like button, subscribe, the bell icon, you know, all the things, and share it, comment. We finna get into some real talks. Siri, you gotta stop playing with me. All right. Bro, your technology just got a mind of its own too. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, that intro song that was Mayweather by, you know, Big Keys. And my nigga Big Keys and payroll, you know, 41P. Shout out to the D, you know, Michigan and his bitch. So anyway, back to what we was talking about. So yeah, so today we're gonna get into the ego. So what is the ego? So when we think about psychology, actually, where's my iPad? I'm gonna do this little screen share so y'all can see the screen share too. I'm going ahead and record this hoe. Let me show y'all some pictures, some visuals, so y'all can see what I'm seeing in my brain. So y'all ain't even gotta try to, you know, get down with the get down. So let's scroll up a little bit. All right, so let's talk about the mind real quick, because we don't really talk about the mind at all. Like, for real. We all got a brain. We all really do got this brain in our head, and they got, like, for real, some powers that we don't even know about. And so we all go around thinking about any and everything, but we don't really tap into what's up here for real. Like, on some real shit, not even on some, like, school, like, go to school, get an education shit. I'm talking about on some real life, like, tap into what is up here, like, go explore type shit. But it's like, why don't we do that? Like, who is stopping us from doing it? It's like we got our own heads. It's like somebody stopping us from doing this. And why? Is it for our own safety that they stopping us? You feel me? Is it or is they trying to control us? They trying to keep us in the box. You know, if you ask me, I say they trying to keep us in the box. I'm more of a Malcolm X nigga, you know me. I'm radical, so I'm like, yeah, they trying to keep us in the box because I see what I see. I started where I started, so now I see what I see, and I can't unsee the shit. So I see they trying to keep us in the box, and that's how I don't see no safety around this shit. This shit is beautiful. Even the Bible say the shit says ain't nothing to fear but God. Come on, dog. So what are we out here being scared of, dog? So we finna see why so many people though don't go explore their minds. It's a beautiful place to go see. Yes, there is gonna be some heartache while you go explore, because yes, we grew up in a horrible time where most male figures are not in the cribs, if you know what I mean. Growing up in a black household, the male figure not there. Therefore, you got one parent. You got one parent. She trying to do everything for you. So she's not raising you all. She's not giving you all what you need to learn to be successful in life, for real. She's giving you just like what she knows, and she missing that other half, for real. And if she really didn't go through much, like say she was a teenage mother, then she only went through so much so far, and now she has to try to give you this life experience from 16 years on, while she still is learning too as a mother. So it's like it's complicated, and it's like the system set us up like this, and it's like, how did the system set us up to be like this? And it's not all like this, don't get me wrong, but where I come from, you can see the shit, and we can't close our eyes to the shit. This is why it's programming in the head. They make it want to see, like, before it was the physical shit. They had us in shackles, you know, you feel me, slavery type shit. Then they had that Jim Crow shit. then, you know, that was still physical pretty much. It was like, you black, you can't come in here. It was still physical pretty much, and they still was hanging niggas and whatnot. Next thing you know, it started doing shit on the low with the KKK and whatnot, still physical. But after a while, you know, getting physical was just like, black people was like, hey, keep touching me and I'm gonna touch you. You got the Black Panthers and niggas coming out. Malcolm X said, beat these niggas ass if they touch us too. So now white people like, yo, these niggas is getting guns and stuff. Hold up, look, we gotta go and think differently now. We can't just be out here beating them now, because they know they about that life now. They know where to go get them weapons at. But they gonna shoot back sooner or later. So white people had to pause on the real physical shit. So they got real crafty, you feel me? They got real crafty. They start hitting the tables. They hit them fucking tables. And so what the tables was like, it was think tanks. And in the think tanks, it was a whole bunch of white people. You know, I wasn't there, but this is what I'd be fantasizing about, because if you look at the shit, it's so set up like this. It really is set up. So this is a whole bunch of white people just thinking the Pentagon or something, somewhere underneath the damn safety shit, some dumb shit. Anyway, they there and they sitting there and they like, how we gonna keep the niggas down? Because they understand that if niggas started reading, if niggas started educating themselves, if niggas started thinking outside the box, oh, they would have flipped this motherfucking country upside down just like we finna do right now. And that's why they scared. But come on, I'm finna keep tapping in though. So here we are. I got 20 more minutes in this bitch. I told myself only 30 minutes, so I got 20 more minutes. I got some shit for y'all. All right, so I'm in this bitch. So now, they in the Pentagon and they thinking, how are we gonna keep niggas down? Next thing you know, around this time, you got niggas like Einstein was thinking theory of relativity, thinking about just being in the quantum realm, thinking about infinite possibilities. Then you got all these other scientists theorizing these things. These scientists who not even knowing each other, just starting to theorize the same things and connecting the different dots in life. But old motherfuckers wanted to hold on to the old stuff and don't like to grow and evolve. Evolving is a part of life. God is immense. He started us back in the day as cavemen for a reason, and brought us all the way here. Do you see we going to the moon and back? We have spaceships, and why is niggas still trying to hold on to old shit? You got to think about the possibilities, guys. It's infinite. So anyway, niggas was holding it back. So I don't lost the track, but we're gonna get back on the main topic anyway. So here we are. You just get riled up with the shits. Okay, so then the Pentagon, they thinking, we gotta keep the niggas down. How are we gonna keep the niggas down? We can't be physical no more. So once again, they started thinking, it was around the time niggas would start being mindful. Niggas started thinking like, what is this up here? Now, the reason this time period is important, this was in the 19 somethings, early or later on, you know, closer to the 2000s, 80s, 70s, those ones. I don't really know the numbers, I'm just saying. So anyway, it's around there. But you got to think of times before then. Before then, niggas didn't have as much technology as they had then. So they had to worry about other things. Now technology was making life more comfortable. You feel me? Technology was making life more comfortable, just like money does. Money help you make life more comfortably. And so when you can live more comfortably, you got time to explore yourself more. So now niggas is living more comfortably. They can explore their minds. They can go into their intellect, which is in their mind. They can go in there and they can start exercising the intellect. And once you start exercising the intellect, you mix it with the imagination, you start making all types of shit. You feel me? So Einstein was in that bitch cooking. Guess who in that bitch cooking this year? Like in this time period, Elon Musk, he doing the same shit. He's doing in his intellect and his imagination inside his mind, and he tapping in. And he's just doing the same thing that these theorizers and philosophers said for years. But people didn't see it because people don't want to see the connection between it in the Bible or in other different religions. But it all connects. And for real, on this channel, I'm going to show you how. But today I'm getting into the brain and the ego. I'm still getting there. So I'm getting there. Okay, cool. So now we got these niggas who's talking about the brains and how we can go deep into our brains and our minds. So then they said, look, pause. You can think about what you was just thinking about. Think about that. You can think about what you was just thinking about, right? If you can think about what you were just thinking about, who is the thinking? that's thinking about what you was thinking about. And I was like, oh, pause. That got me messed up. Cause it's like, wow, do you really, you really think like you can pause, you can really watch your thoughts. You can just not, most people can't stop thinking because most people live in their subconscious and you don't understand that yet. But I'm gonna show y'all. You got a conscious in your mind and you have a subconscious. Your subconscious is like a computer program. And through life, people just been programming it and whatnot with the paradigms that we talked about in the last video. They programmed it with different paradigms. And so when you're in life, you're literally just living on autopilot inside of that subconscious typically. And when you start thinking, when you really just step back out of life and you just start thinking like, man, I ain't really thought in a minute. When you really start thinking, you like, that's when you're in your conscious. We don't exercise that part often. We be in the subconscious. And so the subconscious was once again programmed by people throughout our lives because we weren't taught how to program in ourselves. Right? So now we had life programming our subconscious and you see where I'm getting at. So we getting back to the Pentagon. These niggas is understanding this shit. So they said, what if we set them up in fucked up neighborhoods and areas? What if we didn't give them good books? What if we allowed them to fight each other? What if we put some guns in their places and told them and started gangs and whatnot and put them against each other? What if we shit, you get what I'm saying? Wait, another one. What if we put drugs in the neighborhoods and then give it to the dealers and then we start arresting them? We go a war on drugs and then we put them all away. We take the men out the house. And now they just have women. And now they don't have the whole house in the whole. They don't have the whole two and the whole together. So now the children have to just be raised by one woman. And then the one woman don't have a good example through her life because the dad wasn't there most of the time. So now she is looking for a man by the age of 14. And a man who is probably 16, 17, don't know what he's doing because he didn't have his dad there. So then they just repeat the cycle over and over, and their brain gets programmed, and nobody teaches them how to block the people from programming them. And so they just live in that program, and they live in that program, and life keeps programming and programming and programming and programming. It's so sad, and it's sickening, and it's horrible, and it needs to be changed. They literally sat and programmed the fuck out of us. And messed up our entire lives. They played with our entire lives. They said, fuck slavery. And they did a whole 180. You couldn't see this shit coming. They kept us dumb. And the reason they want to keep us dumb is because if you started thinking, a nigga like me from where I'm from, and I had to see what I see, and now I know what I know, and oh, they didn't want this. They didn't want this. And there's more niggas like me. And we fired up. And it's about to be a revolution. And niggas is finna take they charge. We not finna stay down no more. We understand that this shit is not for us. We had the same possibilities that these billionaires do. They live in those secrets that God tried to give us 1,000,000 years ago, billion years ago, since the beginning of time. Warner Von Braun, I don't know why I know that nigga name, but he was a big ass scientist. He was a big scientist and he knew so much about physics and anatomy, and he studied science his whole life, and he concluded the world is so perfect, it has to be ran by algorithms. And those algorithms had to be set by a higher being who is just super intelligent, all form intelligent, because everything just works so perfectly. It's even said in science that it agrees with the whole Bible. That it is a whole creator. And he is just so perfect. He made one perfect world and everything is perfect. And he made it with algorithms. Hear me out. I got the white around my lip. He made it with algorithms. And you know what the Bible is? It's a book of algorithms, but people use it as a book of control. It is a book of algorithms. And God is trying to show motherfuckers how to use those algorithms to live a motherfucking nice life, because that's all we're supposed to do. That is the purpose of life, is to experience life and live it to its fullest, literally. You're not supposed to be doing nothing else. That's what God said. He is giving you a gift. He is giving you a gift. Just live your life all the way the fuck up. And just live. He don't want you to be sad. He don't want you to be unhappy. He said live. And here we got the world just forcing us to think about fear, think about danger, think about this, think about this, think about this. And yes, don't get me wrong, there is that. Don't get me wrong, there is that. Because they put that shit here. They put that shit here. They horrible. But now we have to figure out how to get through that shit. We have to figure out how we can get through that shit. If you can't get through that shit, a nigga like me, I had to go to school. I had to go to school. It was either the streets or the school. I had to go to school. And that's what I did. And I went through school to figure out you didn't have to go to school. There's a billion ways that you can get out that shit. Niggas can get out that shit easily. I was just sitting, just watching, and I just saw money everywhere. And I was just like, wow, it is money everywhere. And they trying to tell us that we gotta work hard. And most of us don't work hard. We work hard. Don't get me wrong, we work hard. Look, I've been in the corporate, and then I was working leaves. Me and my nigga Corey, we was working leaves. Then I went to Pizza Hut at $7 an hour. I seen I've been every level of the shits. I could see the shit. And I could literally see how hard I was working down there. I was working hard. And how chilling I be. And I just be using my brain, tapping in. I'm like, that shit not fair. It's horrible. Niggas is working, slaving for little. And niggas is up here just using their mind. And so all I'm saying is, hey, if we can use our mind, let's get out of the physical, because they keep telling us this is a physical world. They keep saying this is a physical world, but no, this is not a physical world. This is a spiritual world, and you are a spiritual being, and you have a physical body. You live in a physical body. You are a soul. You live in a spiritual body. Therefore, there is more to you than this physical body. And you have way more, and everybody just focus on this physical body. You got social media. You scrolling through social media. All you see is physical body, physical body. We judging. Do you know what judgment is? Judging is you using your energy. And so I'm tapped in. Hold up. So how does this get back to the ego? I said you got a big ego. She got a big ego. So how do you got a big ego? Like this. So they tell us that you can't forget where you come from. They say you gotta stay true to who you are. They tell you to be the same person. They tell you to focus where you started is where you gonna end. And that's not the fucking truth. God started you at a place, and he said you gonna go, you gonna go, and you gonna move. But most of us, we get stuck. And the reason we get stuck is because of our egos. And your ego is a psychological thing. Your ego is literally it's a part of your brain that's in psychology. And what your ego is who you think you are. Your ego is who you think you are. Right. So when somebody says, who are you? Like when you want to talk about who you are, you start to describe yourself. You're describing your ego. That's who you think you are. Your ego is all those past experiences, all those fun times, horrible times that connect all together that you think you are. That's your ego. And your ego, some may call it Satan, some may call it a devil. I call it your ego, Satan, devil, all of the shit that could be evil in my eyes. It keeps you pulling it keeps you holding on to the past and not focusing on the future. It keeps you onto the past because you want to keep holding on to who you are. And some of that shit, who you was painful. You holding on to painful stuff because you want to hold on to who you are. And then you holding on to that stuff and you in depression and you don't know how you can get better. And it's because you holding on to who you used to be when who you want to be is saying, come on, let go of that. So I'm going to take on me so I can bring you to the next place. But nobody want to go to the next place. You feel me? We want to hold on to who we was. We want to keep our street cred. You know, I had that complex. Like last year. I was scared. I was like, man, I never had this much money. I don't know what to do. You know, like I don't want my friends to think I'm just this big head, yada yada. I want to keep. And then my boy Slope, he said, bro, you earned this shit. My frat brother, he said, you earned this shit, nigga. You earned this shit. You better enjoy this shit. And real talk, man, y'all better grow the fuck up, man. And move and learn how to get out of that shit and move the fuck on and learn how we can all, as a community, man. I got some tears in my eyes, bro. For real though, as a community, we need to learn how we can grow and move from that shit. That shit is sad. And I mean, it's where we come from, and don't get me wrong, I love where I'm from. I love where I'm from, but we know we gotta grow. We know we gotta move forward. It is niggas out here that is eating. They is billionaires. They is just shitting on us. The stock market just shitted on us. They is showing us how easy it is to become a fucking billionaire. And here we are just sitting here, getting our ass kicked, working slave hours for $7 fucking an hour. We is struggling. They is turning off the energy in Dallas. Motherfuckers is struggling out here. We is struggling. And all they doing is eating. And that's because they in our minds. They in our minds. They said it is not a physical battle no more. And it was never a physical battle. They taunted us. For those long years, they taunted us. They knew it was always a mental battle. They taunted us. They put us in slavery. They put us in Jim Crow. And then they taunted us all the way through. And then they gave us the last lash. And they think they fucking winning. But no, we in this bitch. Cause trust me, somebody like me, I seen it and I get back. And I ain't gonna never forget where I'm from. But just believe I know I'm growing. I ain't gonna never forget where I'm from. But trust me, I'm growing. I'm going to the moon and back. And I'm gonna bring everybody with me. I'm on some Harriet Tubman type shit. I'm coming back and bringing people. We going. We all eating. Cause I'm telling y'all, I understand this shit and I'm finna get other people fired up. I'm about to get other people fired up, real talk. So we gonna get into this shit, real talk, in my channel. You gotta let the ego go. And I'm gonna teach y'all how y'all can let that ego go, because the ego is gonna keep you from, the ego is full of fear. The ego was full of what they all told y'all was in the past. The ego is y'all gotta get over the ego, and y'all gotta be able to walk into the future and and live in the present. Cause let me tell you something real quick. There's the future, there's the present, and there's the past. And honestly, they all exist at the same time. But nobody gonna understand that shit until you do the research. But they all exist at the same time, and and honestly, we have a choice to decide which one we want to follow at each moment in life. We literally have a choice to decide if we want to focus on the fucking past or the present or the future. And guess how many of us focus on the past? How many of us are so tied up to what that nigga used to do? To, oh my bro, she did this to me, bro. To, oh, I can't move the fuck on. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do that. Bro, we all got our problems. Come on. I ain't gonna say your problems don't hurt. Trust me, I know everybody's problems. Everybody's sensitive to their problems because somebody talking about mines. We boxing. You feel me? So I feel y'all, but I'm saying we all got our problems. But come on, man, the fuck up. We got these motherfuckers is proing up on us. They is proing up on us, and it's time for us to grow up. It is time for us to grow up. It is time for us to pro up. It's time for us to boss our fucking life up. You feel me? We is tapped in. We finally tapped in. They let the beast out. I've been waiting. Young nigga from Grand Rapids. I'm finna get y'all tapped in on some real shit. It's on some meditation shit. It's on some shit, a nigga code. I'm gonna get y'all on some code and shit. I'm gonna really get y'all tapped into a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm sorry for the language. I'm giving y'all the message though. Y'all hear what I'm saying. I care about my community. I really do. So we on my channel. That's what I'm gonna show. And sometimes I'm gonna be coding. We're gonna be coding. I'm gonna get y'all right with the code. I'm gonna show y'all how to pro up. Literally learn how to code. It is the easiest thing. They made it seem like it was hard. Another paradigm in the head. Get it out. This shit is easy. Listen to me. I do this on a daily. It's so easy. It is ridiculously easy. Come on, hear me out. So, come on, tap in, learn how to code. We on that. So I'm fired up, dog. We fired up. We finna get going on this channel. We got a lot of different things that we gonna do. We gonna say. It's time to talk about the things that people are scared to talk about. My lips chapped up. But it's really time to talk about the stuff that people are scared to talk about. I really got some fire. It's hot. I've been sitting on it my whole life, and I got some heat. God told me to put this anger, this aggression, put it somewhere productive, and it's ready to. We ready, bro. We on that. We on that. This is horrible, y'all. This is a lifestyle. They messing up our whole lifestyle. We have one life. God blessed us with one life, and they literally took advantage of us. They took advantage of us. And look, this is not even just for black people. This is for, look, I'm gonna be real. This on some black people shit. Black people, we need to wake up. But on some real shit, this is some money hungry, power, greedy motherfucker shit. Power hungry people. At first, it made it sound like it was a white or black thing, but the white people just got to the power first. And so they got to the power first, and they was able to control everything. And so they made it seem like it was a white black thing, so they could never make it seem like it was a power thing. They always hid that it was a power thing, but it's always been a power thing. Who has the most power? And they're so scared for the power shift to any way. And so right now, as black people, it's a white versus black thing, but we gotta look past that because it's a power thing. They even controlling their own white people who don't even get the same blessings as white people. Trust me, I come from the streets. I seen white people in the streets too. They also struggling, but they still is following these stupid leaders like dummies. They in their brains. They are literally living like niggas, and they following these stupid leaders like slaves. And you gotta see, it's like we gotta wake up. It's horrible. It's in our brains. It's a mental thing. It's honestly, we gotta wake up. This is a call out to everybody. Like, we gotta wake up. On a racial tip, all the way, cultural tip, just wake up, live your lives. Stop worrying about what the other person thinking, man. Live your life. Your life only depend on you and God, man. You define your life, live it all the way up. Real talk. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.